By the end of this video, you're going to have an understanding of how Make.com works and how to build really simple automations with it. This video is brought to you by No Code MBA. If you want to learn more about building automations with tools like Make, check out the link in the description or go to nocode.mba to learn more. Now let's go ahead and get into this video. So we're going to go ahead and click create a new scenario. And it's just going to load up. And the first thing we need to do is select an app for our trigger. The trigger is what's going to start the scenario. So in our case, we're going to search for Google form because what we want to do is watch for a new form response. And then we're going to send ourselves an email after we get that response. So we're going to go ahead and click Google Forms. And then we're going to go to watch responses. Now, if you don't have a connection here, all you have to do is click Add to connect your Google account to Make. In my case, I already have my Google account connected, so I have my Drive connected. So now let's go into Google Forms. And here I've created a Google form, a very basic one for a job application with a few questions. If you don't have a Google form yet, go ahead and quickly go to your Google Drive, create a new Google form. It can be exactly like this, or it could be a little bit different if you want as well. But the goal here is just to create a simple Google form that we can use to test this automation. So the next thing we need to do if we go back to Make is we need the form ID for this Google form. So I'll show you how to get that. So if you go to the top of your page, we want to go to the URL and we want to take everything in between the slashes after the D and before edit here. So everything in between and copy it is that form ID. So I'm going to go ahead and paste that form ID in. The limit is going to be 1 because I only want one response per automation. And we're going to go ahead and click OK. And now we're going to add another module. And then this could be anything. We could send a notification to Slack. We could send it to a lot of different types of apps, anything that connects to Make. We could send it to Discord. We could do a lot of things. But in our case, we're going to send it to Gmail. So we're going to go to Gmail and click send an email. And then again, if you do not have your account connected, go ahead and do that. It looks like mine needs to be refreshed. So I'm going to go ahead and click refresh. And again, if you don't have a Gmail account, just click add and sign in. Okay, and here we are. And if for some reason you connected it, but it's not showing up, just exit out and then open it up again. And that can help sometimes, so it reloads. So here we are on No Code MBA's connection. And then what we're going to do is add a recipient. In this case, let's just send it to myself. But you could also get it from the form response email if you want to send an email to the job applicant after they fill out your form. Subject, I'm just going to say, let's say Make.com automation. So I think what we need to do is add a response to our Google form first. So that way, Make is going to have examples to pull in from this form. So let's go ahead and do that. So why don't we add a response real quick? So we're going to go to send. We'll go to send via link. We'll copy that link. And then I'm going to open it and then we can fill it out. One thing I'm going to do to this this Google form before I do that is go into the settings and then under responses, I'm going to uncheck restrict to users in No Code MBA in your own Google Drive. So that will allow anyone to fill out the form. So I'm going to preview again. And now I'm going to submit. Okay, so I submitted a response. And now let's go back to Make. And then for the content, we're going to go ahead and say email, and it can be the answers. Under the answers, your email. Under why do you want this job, we can put in that answer. And then under your name, we can put in that answer. So we're basically putting in those answers and we're going to send them to ourselves here. And the purpose of this, yes, you can do this through Google Forms, but we're doing it so that we can just show you how to do these automations, and this type of thing you can as I mentioned before, send via Slack or other things as well, or do other automations that you want with Make. So I'm going to go ahead and click OK. And now let's click Run once and test this automation. So I'm going to click Run. And here we can see first it got the information from the Google form, and then it sent the email. And we know it was successfully run because we have these two check marks. So I'm going to check my email and see if it came through. So we actually want to make one more update to our Gmail step. So here under email, we're going to delete the answers your email. So what you want to do under answers, these are actually drop downs, and we need to click into it. And you can see there's more information, such as a question ID. We're going to click into text answers, click into answers, and we're going to get that value. So that's what we actually need. And you can tell that that's the value because it's pulling in that test data that we created. So you need to do the same thing for why do you want this job. So pull in that value for that collection. And then the same thing for your name. So we're going to open up everything here, and it's going to be value. Okay, so to try it again, we're going to have to fill out the form one more time, and then we'll run it and make sure that it's working. So let's go back to our form. Let's click preview, and let's fill this out one more time. Okay, so I filled out the application. Now let's go back to Make, and let's click Run. And yes, we can see that we sent the email, and I'm just going to check my other monitor. And yes, it is working now. We're getting in the information from that specific Google form. One more thing to keep in mind when you're building automations and you're making changes in Make, once you test it out and it works, you want to make sure that you hit save and you save your workflow automation. Otherwise, if you go back or you leave the page, it might not save. So the way that Make works is it's not going to save automatically. If you're close your laptop and come back, you do have to click that save button. So a very helpful tip to do that. All right, and the last step is we can turn scheduling on. So if we go ahead and turn on our scenario, we can set it to run on regular intervals. It must be higher than or equal to 15 minutes. So it'll be up to every 15 minutes. Our scenario will check, see if there's any new responses, and then run the automation. So hopefully this was a helpful quick overview of how to use Make as a beginner, just setting up a very basic automation. Thanks for watching. I hope this was helpful. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel to get more free videos like this in the future. If you want to learn more about building with Make, Zapier, Webflow, Airtable, Bubble, other no-code and AI tools, check out the link in the description or go to nocode.mba to learn more. I'll see you in the next video.